Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm Springer Geek, and we are playing Dark Ages. It appears to be nighttime in the game at the moment, so everything's a little dimmer than I'd like, but got to start the day early. Hope people are having a good day today, whatever time zone it is for you. My day has been pretty good, I'd say. Pretty quiet. It's the evening for me now, so hopefully I can relax for a little while, enjoy a little bit of casual questing. I haven't been able to play for a bit. I might need some feedback on the stream as to whether the audio and the video sound good. I was tweaking a bit with the settings. I'm like constantly adjusting things, and I'm wondering if I've made it perform slightly slower than it should. The audio sounds a bit sort of sluggish, which I'm not a big fan of, but I can't really fix it without pulling the whole stream down, so we're going to push on with it today. So let's see. I'm level 33 at the moment, but my stats are nowhere near where I want to be, so I'll probably just do a little bit of grinding in one way or another. Maybe do a little questing. There were a few low-level quests I wanted to try out, if I can find my way to doing them. Because I've not been doing much of that yet. Just having a quick scan down the list. See what we could probably attempt. Okay, Fisk's Secret sounds like a good time, and I get to do things in Suomi, which is one of my favourite cities or towns to go to. So, let's go for a little wander. It's been a bit of an interesting experience playing this game so far. I've only just been playing now for a couple of weeks, so everything is new to me in a way. Although people have been very friendly, and I appreciate that, because a lot of things about this game are not intuitive at all by today's standards, but for a game from 1999, I think we can give it a pass. And in a way, it looks adorable, right? Like, the art style is cute, and the animations are all very fun, and all the different outfits and everything are wonderful. There's a lot of, like, personal expression within the game, which I do enjoy. Even though the character creation itself is very simple, you basically sign up by picking a hairstyle and a hair colour, and that's kind of it. You pick a gender. This is before more modern views on gender and such, so there's only so much we can do about that. But yeah, I think that we're definitely getting a bit of a performance hit. I might have to tweak down the settings. I was trying to stream in 1080 for this stream. I've been doing 720 in my test streams up to now, and I think that it's just pushed it a little higher than my little computer can bear. I don't know if that comes through on the stream or not, but I'll crank that down again next time. Yeah, we've just taken a boat over from one continent to another. I do like that there's not really like a major fast travel mechanic. You kind of do just sort of casually walk everywhere. Very relaxed. That's the thing I wanted about this, is it's just a nice way to relax for the day. I'm a big fan of the of that, at least. I'm the sort of person that would just walk everywhere in a game if it made it possible to do so. Although once you start introducing fast travel options into the player experience, it gets very difficult to resist using them for things. You get used to it very fast. I play a bit of Final Fantasy XIV, and you do start teleporting basically everywhere. Once you start being able to afford it, which is fairly soon actually, because the main storyline is fairly lucrative. But no, for this you can fast travel to certain places because there's the whole scroll system thing, but I don't actually have that many scrolls apart from the ones that people have given to me. So, pardon me. For the most part, I walk. Okay, so we've gone to Suomi. And it'll pop up the little dialogue. It's like, you are entering a role-playing town where role-playing is strictly enforced, or it was in 1993 or whatever, 1999 or whatever. Please do not speak words that are not appropriate to the theme of Dark Ages. Any act of heresy can result in a temporary banishment from the town. And they mean that because there are definitely some powers that can put you in jail and kick you out of spaces, so you definitely don't want to break any laws or anything. And there are laws, as far as I understand, although I've not been able to find any for anywhere. But I like it. I like that the societies are mostly player-run. These days, the developers of the game don't really get involved too much, apart from maybe the occasional event, it seems. There's something going on for July at the moment. Okay. So I think Fisk might be the rogue trainer. And if we go on the map, oh, I've gone the wrong way already, but we want to go here first. Start things off. That's my guess anyway. Yeah, the fireworks show thing is a July event, which seems to have come active this month, so it's pretty cool. There was a whole sort of influx of players due to a YouTube video, which is how I got into the game, because it sort of came up on my things to watch by accident. Yeah, there's the chap, Fisk. Okay. So we talk to him. Must have been some trip. Thank you very much. I would like to help you in any situation. That's alright, we'll help you a little bit. Ah, pleasant sun to you, Aisling. Would you do me a favour and keep a secret? A look of need appears on his face. I will help you and keep your secret, because he's been good to me. I've learned a few different skills from him. Ah, wonderful. I've had a secret crush on Bertil, the white magic master here in Suomi. I've been wondering for moons what I could do for her. I've been sneaking around Suomi in an attempt to find something to spark my passion. I visited the various mundanes and noticed that a few of them possess very beautiful flowers. I cannot bring myself to steal the flowers, so I would greatly appreciate it if you would visit these mundanes and convince them to give you a flower. Please do not reveal my secret. Alright, where do I begin? First, I would like you to get 5 water lilies from Thulin. You can find them at the Garamond Theatre just down the path. Interesting, I didn't know there was a theatre. Alright. I'm going to try not to use any sort of walkthrough for these quests because I think that's lame, so. Let's walk in here first. I've not really been through Suomi very much yet. This looks like it could be a theatre, doesn't it? It's got chairs, this looks like it could be a stage. Look at that art style too, that's brilliant. Do you think that could be Bertril? Oh, sorry, that's Thulin. Yes. Hello, what can I do for you? I'm interested in some water lilies. Greetings, Ashling. Yes, I have some water lilies that I used to decorate the theatre with. However, I need you to do me a favour first. Sure, what do you need me to do? My stock on wine is rather low. Would you mind buying 5 bottles of wine for me, please? It's like, sure, I can do that. I hear Viveka at the Suomi Tavern sells wine. Just say wine when you've returned with 5 bottles. That's also something I really like, is that they do incorporate the chat system into the way that you can interact with the mundanes. I think I have at least 1 bottle of wine. Yeah, I've got 1 bottle of wine already. Because it's useful for herbalism. And I like herbalism in games, so I had to jump for that skill straight away when I could. I think that this here is the tavern. They have doors on all the buildings that you can open and close, which is an interesting choice as well. Okay. No, there seems to be the bank. But maybe... Oh, this is the inn, not the tavern. I think I need to go down 1. Perhaps? Yes, yeah, sorry, I should have read the map better. We'll come back to this night in a bit, I think. So we'll come through here. See, you got the little symbol on the wall, says this is the inn. Oh, he's just got grapes. That's not the inn. What? At least that's not the person selling the things I want. So maybe if we go over here. This could be the place. Nope, you don't sell that either. But maybe through the door. This could be the one. Yeah, there we go. And now we should have 6 wine. Brilliant. Big lady. Cool. Okay, so we got some wine for the theatre man. And he might give us some lilies in exchange. Okay. Up and up we go. I think it's silly actually, I noticed this, that the theatre this building here that we just went into and are about to go back into isn't actually on the map. It's just here. Which makes navigating to it rather awkward. I wonder if they do performances here. Can you get on the stage? Yep, I got the wine. Nah, I should have read that, I'm sorry. He basically asked why we were getting them, and I said, I'm sorry, it's a secret, I can't tell you. He was like, cool, fair enough. And left with a look of curiosity on his face. That's fun. Okay, so now we got some lilies. So we'll go back to Fisk. See if he wants other flowers. Did he get the flowers I asked for? Yes, wonderful, takes the flowers. I saw some wonderful purple-coloured petunias over in the Suomi Inn. Mind seeing if Eva will spare you 5 of them? Certainly. Oh, that's a weird one. Haven't had me speaking before. Thank you. Remember, don't reveal why you need them. Big eyebrow raising there, and he's smiling happily, that's nice. I appreciate the sort of way that the mechanics have been worked into the story of the game. There's not like a main quest or anything, it's literally just do these quests here and there. So the way that you interact with the world is fairly organic. You're just sort of going around talking to people. And building up yourself as a character, and that's kind of all that there is to the game. So a big part of the component is social stuff, both meeting people, talking to people, as well as interacting in the systems for religion. There's different gods with their temples, and each has a sort of religious progression that you can participate in, as well as the politics system. I think you can register to become like the mayor of a town or something. I don't fully understand that one at the moment. I've not really looked into it much. It sounds pretty interesting. And this game is free to play, but you do need to pay to register for accessing certain features. That's not who I was looking for. Gone the wrong way. Yep. I literally just saw this person. It's not in there. Maybe it's by the night. Which I think is also another building that's not on the map. Look, there's nothing here. There she is. Okay. Hello, what can I do for you? Some petunias. Hello, Aisling. Why yes, I do have several petunias throughout the inn. However, I'm craving something also of a purple colour. Would you mind fetching me some grapes, please? Yeah, sure. Thank you. Suomi has a grape farmer. His name is Alvar. I'm sure he won't mind you if you pick some, for a small fee, of course. Bring me back 10 bunches of grapes. When you have them, just say grapes. Now, I was carrying grapes, but I think they're in the bank. So we're going to have to go pick some more. That's okay, though. Fresh grapes are always better anyway. Although, as someone that actually doesn't like eating grapes, I assume that's true, but I can't verify it. I can appreciate making grapes into stuff because it's a nice flavour, but I just don't eat grapes. You know? A bit squishy. It's Alva, okay. Can I harvest some grapes? Yeah, I'll pick some grapes. I've got 100 gold, sure. So now we have to be very careful to get the grapes without walking on the grass or on the plants themselves. I think that the art here is a little bit awkward given the isometric alignment, but I think that this is the correct way to do it. Then you just zigzag down the fields until you pick enough grapes. Oh, the farmer calls after you. That's enough grapes now. 1.5 dozen was all I said you could pick. Walk up to the northeast dirt way on the field to the corner. Okay, coming back inside. Thank you. So now we have plenty of grapes, which are purple. See? A lot of grapes. So we'll give them 10, and then we'll have 8 for ourselves, which can be used for something. Don't know what. Something. I think that they are materials that are sometimes needed for leveling up or accessing new skills. Sometimes to earn new skills and powers and spells, you need materials, so grapes are handy to have anyway. Okay. Oh, you have returned with the grapes I asked for. Yes, here they are. Lovely. Here are the petunias you requested. I have the petunias. Good. Now we can go give these to Fisk and see what other flowers he wants us to acquire. She didn't ask us what we wanted them for, but I think it's probably because I closed the dialogue by accident. Oh, hold on. That's not the way I want to go. Yeah. I'm wondering if people watching the stream can hear the music of the game over my voice or under my voice, or if I need to turn it up a little. Oh, this is the wrong room. Going this way. Off to see the man again. Our rogue master. I don't know how I feel about a town that just has rogues in it, you know? It's a curious conceit of this game world. Yeah. But I have them. Oh, did I glitch it by not doing the whole... Oh, that's annoying. There are little things like that which do happen where it doesn't always recognize that you did something. And because I kind of quit her dialogue without finishing it, maybe it didn't check the flag to say that the quest step was completed. And since she's already given me the petunias, I don't know if she can say it. Oh no! Did I completely bug it? Damn. I might have locked myself out of it. That's annoying. Because the reward for this quest is quite hefty. In addition to the fact that I'm sort of invested now. Worth a try. Yep, no, we killed it. How awkward. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, I already lost the flower now, so it's like, well... Maybe I could dump all the flowers? And then maybe she can give them to me again. They might have looked at my inventory and said, hey, you've already got these. But probably not. I'm not hopeful. But this is the sort of thing that happens with an old game, is that they just don't test these things very well. And there are bugs. Sorry. Nope, okay. It might reset the next time the server resets. But that's not going to be for a while, so... Oops. That's annoying. I guess we'll find a different quest to do. Hang on, let's see who's online. There's a few quests around which just require additional players. But there's also quests that I've just locked myself out of by being too high level, so that's frustrating as well. You do advance sort of quickly, but also sort of slowly. It's a bit confusing. Oh, this one looks interesting. And it's in the same sort of place, so you can do things still while staying in Suomi for now. I wonder, I'm hoping that the quest state flags are temporary, so I can maybe attempt Fisk's secret again another time. But this one seems like it might be interesting. It's called Emerald Dawn, so we'll come all the way over here again. come through here. Oh, greetings, Ashley. This is Mioas. I have travelled far and wide, and I have many tales to tell you. First, I would like to tell you of one of my most recent travels. I ventured into Abel Crypt 5 levels below, and met with the dwarven blacksmith they called Ake. Or Ake. He told me a tale of the time of the Ulster. I should look up the pronunciation for that one, it comes up a lot. Long ago, a young warrior lass named Mida lived an exquisite life. Her father was the richest man in the Ulster civilization. She was set to lead the city-states to glory when her father died. She was his only heir. Mida did not seek a life of political dominance, though. Mida sought to learn the way of the sword to protect her townsfolk from the evil that was brewing in Earthsea. When the time came for Mida's father to pass from this world into the next, Mida defied her father's dying wishes to lead the people around her. She instead chose to join a small group of fighters who called themselves Smarag Ridir, the Emerald Knights. Mida worked with the Emerald Knights to keep the peace in the times of madness that ensued, but more and more of the Azdan scholars reached out towards the dimness of Kadath and returned from the gate either hideously mutated or mad beyond reason. The Emerald Knights eventually found that the only way to stop the growing corruption in Earthsea was to venture to the gates of chaos and seal it forever. The Knights made alliances with the Druids of Balance, who had harnessed the magic to create and empower life, and the Necromancers, who harnessed magic to create and empower undead, soulless constructions. The Emerald Knights journeyed to Chaos, battled, and sealed it with some ancient power. None of the Emerald Knights returned. A book was eventually found here in Suomi, nearly 1,000 years later, with a full family history of each of the knights. It was found that one of the knights who perished in battle, Mida herself, had a child before her death. The information on who Mida's child was has been hidden from all for many years. I am confident an heir to the legacy still resides in Temuer. The bloodline of the Knights has a reputation for breeding superior warriors. She pauses for a few seconds, and I should as well. Whew, it's a lot of reading. Alas, that is all I know of this tale. Perhaps you could try to find out more on your own. That's not a lot to go on. Not a lot to go on at all. But it's about a book. So maybe if I find someone who has a book. I don't want to look at a guide unless I have to, but I suppose if they're meant to be a good warrior, we could start at the sort of warrior's house. There's like a fighter trainer person on the far end over here. That seems like a logical place to go. I have to come here once in a while as a monk. in order to learn some cool things. But he doesn't seem to have any particular info for me, so maybe we'll go this way. Oh, someone in here already. Not here. I suppose there's no guarantee that they're even in this town, so maybe it's something that you have to find somewhere else. There's this guy. No. I thought that was a pretty weird way to start a quest. Like, how are you supposed to know that that's how you initiate it? As stories tell us, hang on. You want to hear about Porte Forest? That's not a place for camping or picnic. Porte Forest has a scent of evil to it, it does. As long as I can remember, that place has been as inviting as a rodent's nest. None of us here have any business with Porte Forest. I don't know why they built a bridge back to that cursed place. As stories tell us, it wasn't always such a dangerous place. They say gossip used to live out there with their families, they say folks used to live out there with their families, coming into town quite regularly to trade and gossip. I suppose you'll be wanting to hear how all that changed, eh? My old grandpap once sat me down and told me all about Port Forest. It's an old, sad story. A man used to live out in the forest with his wife and daughter. This man loved the forest. He built his house out of fallen trees, wouldn't cut any down by himself. He walked every inch of the place. He even had a genuine map maker come ask his help to map it. I don't know what the man's name was, Pap never told me. I suppose all their names are lost to time. Story goes, one day this man wandered into a hidden glade deep in the woods to find a beautiful stone lying on a bed of golden leaves. He was amazed that such a wondrous stone would be seated in the middle of the forest, not realizing the significance of the altar that he had found. He took the stone back to his house and tied it with a strip of leather as a necklace for his daughter's birthday. That was when things began to change in the forest. The animals stopped coming out to peek at that village. Peek at the village. The birds stopped their cheerful songs. The bright clearings became dark and gloomy. From that day on, the forest was a dark and haunted place. Fewer and fewer ashlings would venture in further than the eaves to collect firewood. Only the few folk who lived in the forest would brave the trails, and even then, never at night. The forest bore the taint of anger, of evil. On the daughter's birthday, she received her gift with such joy that not even the gloom of the forest could dampen the day. The man, his wife, and his daughter celebrated her coming of age long into the night. But the next day, the man woke to find his daughter missing. She was nowhere to be found. He called for her to come in, but she did not. The man waited all day and all night for her to return, but she did not. Late in the night, the man's wife pleaded with him to go out in search of her, to find her and bring her back home. So the man left the safety of his home to wander through Port Forest, calling for his daughter. But the forest had changed. The familiar trails disappeared as he passed by. Beady, hateful eyes stared at him from the brush. He lost his way soon after he left his house. It is said that he wandered far into the deep wood in search of his daughter. Neither the man nor his daughter ever returned home. What happened to his wife? Or what happened next? What happened next? Why, that's all there is. It's just a story that my pappy used to tell me to keep me inside during the night time. Mention the forest to other merchants of Suomi. See, I didn't see anything like that when doing other things. Interesting though. That was a pretty cool story though. I imagine that we can head into the forest and discover some things, but maybe never find out how that particular story ended. Was allegedly a long time ago, so... Oh, are you talking about Port Forest? A long time ago, when I was young and brave and very foolish, I went into that evil wood without any fear of what might beset me. I regret my youthful enthusiasm every day of my life. I am lucky to be here now, let me tell you. If you go into the forest unprepared, you'll be killed in an instant. I believed Goran's story about the spirit of the wood. I went out to search for signs of the man that stole the heart of the forest. I was lucky to have survived. Well, if you're foolish enough to want to try, you'll need my help, but I don't think you are capable of surviving, and I am not about to send you to Sugrius. I'll tell you what I know if you bring me some Trent roots from Port Forest. Bring me about 4 of them. They will ease the pain of my old wounds and prove your ability to defend yourself. We'll continue talking when you've brought back those roots. Okay, that's cool. I guess that might be the only one. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know how to get to the forest from here. Is it on the main world map? Because if so, if I have to leave town and then come back in. Let's have a look. There's a couple of places on this map, in the game, where like there's an exit to the town that's just not obvious. Yeah, I got that. Let me leave. They said there was a bridge to it. Oh, maybe there. That's a weird spot for it, so let's go over that way. It's possible that I'll walk in and get immediately obliterated, so I suppose we'll find out. It's nice to spend time in here. I've mostly been sort of passing through rather than sticking around and doing anything. Ah, there's a bridge. Okay. Okay. And now we're in the Port Forest waiting room. It's a funny name for a place. Okay, so now we need some Trent roots. Hang on, let me put on my proper equipment. Yeah, look at that. I don't really like that the cap is so good, but it's the best thing to wear at the moment for me, so here we go. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they're tough, but also not terrible. And they drop money, so that's nice. I'm clearly at the wrong level for this area. Oh, my sale went up though, that's cool. I was having a conversation today where it was pointed out that the progression for skills versus levels is a bit ridiculous. You level up much faster than your skills do. And that leads to some weird behavior. This thing is tough, but I can survive it, I think. And that was certainly better on the experience front. That's a pretty clever little trick to make the place look sort of multi-level. Okay. Let's put a couple of buffs on. Come on. There we go. It should not be that hard. Okay. Reasonably tough. I don't really want to fight the tree guys. Come on. Okay. That seemed reasonably profitable, but for the amount of work that I'm putting in, that seemed like a lot. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I should probably drop some of the things I'm holding. I don't really know how you value stuff, but Trent Root doesn't feel like something that should pay millions for. Oh, well then they dropped a few on me anyway. Well, at least they had the goods. Okay, I was in the right place though. You have to head in deep enough to find some trees. And then hope that you can kill the trees. That's a few too many bugs for me to take on all at once. Oh, they're moths. That's gross. We get a ton of moths where I live currently. And that is not fun to have them at supersize either. Flee from the moths. Yeah, it's a weird kind of curve of balance. Like, I'm in the right area because these things are challenging, but they're also too challenging for me to take on my own. So ideally, I'd have a priest with me, and that would probably make it fine. There we go. That was too much. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Watch me looking for things and get destroyed by bugs. I'm not doing so well at the moment, but I'm grateful that you could come by. Come on. That would explain why someone wanted me to buy them from them for 2 million. And especially because I can't really take on all these bugs. So it's a particularly risky time for me. Oh, Earth. Can we get rid of you? Yeah. I don't tolerate the spam. Yes, I'm doing the port quest at the moment. That's well, he's trying to. No, this isn't working for me. Run away! Run away! Ah. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why they've got like caps on things like that. Because I'm 33, right? And I'm finding it challenging. So at 41, I might just be good enough to deal with all of the stuff and I won't be allowed in there. What does that mean? How does that make sense? Like I was saying earlier, it doesn't feel completely balanced the way that my strength versus the monster strength is. So, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not doing this with a party, and I think that makes a significant difference to the battle system here. But, yeah, anyway. I should probably bring that back up. Anyway, I hope that you're having a good day so far. I don't think that I can deal with the red ones. No, the red ones are too tough for me. Okay. I'm kind of grateful for the level caps because they're the only reason why my friends haven't left me in the dust before those. Haha, yeah, I was about to mention that doing that alone makes it way more challenging. Yeah, you're right. It definitely does, and I've seen that in other places. I just haven't really run into anyone of my level for a little bit. And I know that you can scroll the user list and ask. I'm just shy and sometimes I don't feel like asking. Especially when there's only one priest on that actually matches the option. Oh well. But yeah, having a regular party would be a bit easier. I've got 2, but not more than 2. But I do enjoy it. I like the concept of it all. I'm just a little stressed out. I managed to screw up a quest earlier and lock myself out of progression on that quest, so I ended up sort of stumbling into this one by accident. Which has been a bit of a shame, because I was doing quite well and I was enjoying that. I was trying to do Fisk's Secret. I started in Suomi today. But I guess I found a bug in the way that it works. Oh, there's a route. There's a route. Ah. Yeah, one left. Okay, I'll give that a try because, yeah, I got sort of stuck in the middle. Which is super frustrating because it was going rather nicely. If you feel like watching the VOD of this stream in the future, you'll see it happen. But I quit a dialogue a bit early. And it just locked me out of everything else in that quest, which is really annoying, because that's not how that's meant to work. Okay, so I'll come back after a week and see. This is going to be tight. Nope, 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 running away, running away. I feel I don't like this. This isn't like the way I want to be playing, this sort of rush in, rush out, drive-by thing, but you do what you gotta do. Can I get the... Yeah, it's already running. There we go. Yeah, I know, I know. Anyway. I think I've mostly run out my time for the day anyway, so... I may draw this one to a close. But I'm grateful for you, to you for coming out to the stream. I don't know how often I'll be able to do them, but I want to do more. I think it's a fun way of showing off the game and showcasing the better parts of it. And some of the quirky bits that take a bit of getting used to, I suppose. Because it is a cool little experience. And I'm not in any major rush either. I'm not like trying to grind to 99 or anything. Yeah, that's something I want to provide. It's just add a little bit of extra view into the like a window into it for other people, just to see what it's like. Yeah, I've not attempted a mass yet. They all seem to happen at times that aren't compatible with my schedule. I can't seem able to leave. So this might be one of those maps that you just can't, or maybe that just wasn't an exit. This is one of those quirky things as well. The okay. Yeah, that didn't quite match up with when I was available, I don't think. Yep. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to just stop and log out, because I can't get out of the zone. That's weird. And... Ah, thank you. Interesting. Yeah, that's true. I hadn't refreshed it. So pressing F5 does refresh it, and then you realise that you're not actually next to the place you think you are. Thanks. No, I appreciate it. Yeah. Networking is hard. I'm sort of on and off making a multiplayer game and figuring out how to do synchronized multiplayer is not straightforward at all, so I can understand how this game is struggling. But it is mostly a solved problem, so they could have definitely fixed this if they really wanted to. But it does lead to that sort of funny moment where you think, oh, I'm not actually where I think I am. Alright. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you drop by again in the future. Have a good meal. Anyway, and I think that's going to call it for my stream as well. So, thank you so much, anybody who came by or is later watching the video. Remember to like or follow or subscribe, whatever is appropriate to the platform where you're watching this, in order to catch future streams and to encourage future streams. This has been Springer Geek playing Dark Ages, the MMO from 1999. Have a good one.